Attention, all stations. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu, opening the weekly amateur radio exchange group Simplex Net, also known as AREG, for Wednesday, May 22nd, 2024, the longest running Simplex Net in the Hamilton area. This is week 1601 times that AREG has been on the air once a week consecutively. My name is Chuck, and my station is located in East Hamilton, Ontario. This net is on every Wednesday night, starting at 8 p.m. and ending around 10 p.m. local time, here on 146.430 megahertz. Since this is a simplex net, not everyone will be able to hear everyone else. So I also stream the net on YouTube. So people who tune in can hear stations they cannot hear on their radio, hear how their audio sounds on the air, see their signal strength, as well as see my station layout. So just go to YouTube and type in my call sign in the search box. Again, that's VA3CJZ. And you can look for us live, or tonight will be under the title AREG Week 1601. And we finally ask you that you please leave at least a 1 second delay between transmissions to allow anyone else to break in. With that, do I have any time-sensitive or mobile stations? Please come now. Okay, then nothing heard there. Let's see who else. We'll open it up to everyone and anyone. Please come now.
VA3XJ.
All right, Rick, we'll start with you, VA3AXJ. Everything all right, Rick?
Yeah, I got a clean bill of health today. I got no cancer. I had a CT scan there about a week, 3 or 4 weeks ago. Seeing a specialist today, and no cancer. It's all gone.
Oh, well, that's fantastic, Rick. First of all, I didn't know that you were dealing with that. It's not something I like to pry out of people, and so I'm super happy. Um, yeah, I probably I got some skin uh, uh, beauty marks there that's kind of concerning me. I may have to go and have them take a look at that. But other than that, we'll just knock on wood. Very good, Rick.
Yeah, well, I had the cancer. I had it a couple of years ago. I was just small away. Those small spots on the lung, and they give me radiation there, and took care of that.
Ah, yes, a little bit of Hulk radiation there. Right on. Oh, that's good, buddy. Um, how was your long weekend?
Oh, I didn't do anything. I stayed home, and actually we did the kids' brakes on the car, cut them on, and suffered like hell after. That was my long weekend.
Oh, Rick, I hear you. I know I tore down my little fire pit in the backyard there and rebuilt it. And boy, I paid for it after as well. All right, Rick, hang in there. Let's see who else is out there would like to check in with us here on the weekly amateur radio exchange group. This is VA3CJZ.
Victor Echo 3, Zulu Lima Golf.
Okay, Victor Echo 3, Zulu Lima Golf. Is that Leo?
It is indeed Chuck, I hope you can hear me. I'm down by Spencer Park here in Birmingham. It's been years since I've checked in, and I heard you check into the Birmingham Net, and I just thought I'd hop in and say hello.
Oh, well, very good there, Leo. Well, you were coming in really good when you first checked in, and then kind of got a little staticky there, but I was able to make out everything you said. And so I guess you know John, VE3JSU, the founder of the AREG. He's now up in Manitowaj. I got to give him a phone call one of these days and get caught up there. It's been a little while. Back to you, Leo.
Yeah, sorry, I moved around a little bit while I was transmitting. That's why my signal may have cut out. But hopefully you can hear me. It's not the greatest radio. I've just got the ball thing here with the signal stick antenna. And like I say, I just wanted to check in because it's been a while. VE3ZLG, I'll pass it back to you.
All right, Leo. Yeah, I heard really good things about that signal stick there. I think I might get one. So very good. Well, thank you for your check-in, Leo. Have a great rest of the evening. It's a lovely, probably right about now. Sun's going down soon, and I'm reading 20 in the upper 27.6 degrees over here in East Hamilton. Thanks again for your check-in, Leo. And so let's see who else is out there would like to check in with us here on the weekly Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is VA3CJZ. All right, pretty quiet night there tonight. Let's see what we have. No, there's virtually one contest this weekend coming up, and that's the CW contest, CQ Worldwide WPX contest. And that runs for 2 days, starting at 8 p.m. on Friday. And that's it. Everything else, there's some really, really small ones, maybe an hour long, but nothing really. So it'll be great for POTA this weekend. If the sun flares, if the sun cooperates, we won't have too many issues with the sun, and it'll be great for POTA this weekend because the bands won't be crowded with contesters. And so with that, let's take another jab at it and see who else is out there would like to check in with us here on the weekly Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is VA3CJZ. Okay. Well, looks like I'm transmitting on the right antenna. It's just a quiet night tonight. Or maybe they're all still listening on the Burlington net there. Might be having a long net tonight. All right. Well, with that, let's see now. Oh, yeah. In a month's time, 30 days from now, it's going to be the field day. And so all you POTA activators can go out and participate in field day and even do POTA at the same time. Or not. Anyways, let's do one more call out. This is VA3CJZ with the Hamilton Amateur Radio Exchange Group. AREG, please come now.
Victor Alpha 3, Bravo Tango.
All right, Albert, come to the rescue. VA3, Bravo Tango. Is everybody still on the Burlington net?
I was on the ZOE there. There's a few of them on there. I thought, oh, it's Chuck's net. So I get over here and I heard you call out, nobody. I heard you call out, nobody. I'm like, nobody wants to talk to Chuck.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's bound to happen. But that's okay. We'll muddle along, I guess. Brings me back to the days when John was losing customers there, and people would drop off, and he'd be left, calling out like I just was.
Oh yeah, that too, and plus it's the summer, right? Everyone's doing things. It's still, the sun's still out there, and who knows, right? Me myself, I'm in the basement here, so it's cooler. I don't have the air on in the house here.
Oh yes, yes, it is. For the moment, for me, it's cooler down in the basement. But once that heat and humidity settles in here, the basement just gets horrible. And then I turn on the dehumidifier. Well, all that does is blow all the hot air around. Sure, it takes the humidity out, but man, does it get warm.
Yeah, well, the air gets turned on here, and the problem is I got all the vents blocked off in the basement. It doesn't matter what I do, though. It's like a freezer down here once the air's on.
Oh yeah, the central air usually the basement gets just hammered icebox level, Roger.
Oh yeah, that's why I take I literally shut off the vents in the basement. There's one,
Yeah.
two, I think there's four. I shut them off, but I still got to put tape over it because it's way too cold down here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I know Butch was like that. He kept freezing. He said he had to go outside to warm up every once in a while. It was so cold.
Oh yeah, for sure. Other than that, how you been keeping there, Chuck? Haven't been on here in a while. I try to get in here as much as possible.
Yeah, doing okay. Other than my back, I usually get a procedure done every 6 months, and this last one just just didn't cut it. I didn't feel any relief, and like I mentioned before, there I tore apart my little fire pit in the backyard, and I rebuilt it. And man, my back paid for it. Today. I'm just starting to feel a bit better, and that was on Sunday. So, and my hamstrings tightened right up, eh? I'm so out of shape, Al.
Yeah, that's the thing. You got to keep moving, Chuck. You got to keep moving. I know it's
Yeah,
hard for you in your back, the situation you're in, but you just got to keep moving. Otherwise, you know what they say, you seize up, right?
that's absolutely true. Absolutely. I didn't do anything this winter, and it shows. So now I'm paying for it. But I'm still, I go out for a walk to the store every other day or every day, and grab a carton of cream, and that's my exercise there. Keep moving, even though I'm hurting.
Yeah, no, for sure. I guess so you had to put the fire pit together. You still got wood over there?
Yeah, yeah. Still got wood I got to chop up. That's another thing that gives you good exercise for sure. But I'm good for now, Albert. Thanks.
I was going to say, I got a couple big logs if you want, but you got to chop it up.
Well, you know what? I wouldn't mind actually like something that's flat, so I could use as a stump or a chopping block. I mean,
Yeah, I got a few of those kicking around here somewhere.
yeah. Well, if you're ever coming down this way, throw that in the back, and I'll be happy to take that off. I got another one, but it's cockeyed, so I got to basically take a, sh- a a little shovel full of dirt out of the ground and stick that end in so it levels it off.
Yeah, I'm sure I got a couple of pieces here that are pretty flat. If I find anything, I'll drop one off or drop a couple off to you.
All right, sounds good, my friend. You got any plans for the summer?
Just a lot of camping. Taking the trailer out, so I've got a bunch of camping trips booked. Pretty much starting from June right till October.
Oh, very good, very good. I think we're just going to be doing backyard camping for now. Given my back being so rough, I don't know. It would kind of be a pain to bring me along.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I say camping, but it's more glamping. Pulling a 30-foot trailer around, so it's more glamping than camping.
Yeah, no, I do tent, brother. Dining room tent and sleeping tent on the ground, no cots. But we do have one of those double high air mattresses. That's great. If you got AC too, you could plug that in and just pump it up in seconds.
Oh yeah, no, that's how I started. I started with a tent. Went from tenting for years right up to a couple of tent trailers. I think I went through 2 tent trailers, and then we went to the trailer, the RV.
Yeah, very good, very good. Well, yeah, that's our goal one day. Get something like that. I wonder how RPAD is doing. Have you heard anything lately of RPAD? Speaking of RV,
Actually, no, no, I haven't heard anything from Arpad. Wasn't he up north somewhere?
I think last I heard he was right at the edge of Lake here or whatever that bay is up there. If you go straight north into Ontario, what is that? James Bay?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I thought he was going way up there to God's country.
Yeah, I know. Well, he went followed the St. Lawrence River last year? And he said he drove until the road stopped. So he got quite a ways up there.
Yeah, that's funny. But anyway, see if you can pick up some more in there. Hopefully, there's a few in the wings there waiting to check in. Anyways, we'll be sitting here listening along there, Chuck. VA3CJZ, VA3VT.
Okay, there, Al. Well, let's give it a shot. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu with the weekly amateur radio exchange group net. Looking for check ins. Please come now.
Victor Alpha 3, India Mike Whiskey.
Victor Echo 3, Quebec Uniform.
Okay, I heard IMW and QU, but somebody I think doubled with Mac. Is there another station there? Please come now.
Victor Alpha 3 Tango Mike, portable in Aldershot on a Quancheng. Over.
At the double again, so that's water down on the handy talkie and somebody with a Quancheng.
Victor Alpha 3 Tango Mike in the Quancheng in Aldershot, overlooking the bay. Over.
All right, very good, Tom. I got you in here. You're sounding good about S9 in East Hamilton by the Center Mall. And I wonder if that was Vern in there. Victor Echo 3, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot. Oh, that's a really rough copy for me there. Mac, could you make that out?
Clear as day, clear as day. Good evening, Vern. Turn up the power, stand on the bench, put your right hand up in the air just like you don't care, and give it another shot.
I will do that, Mac. See you come. Alpha 3 Charlie Romeo Fox.
All right, there he is. Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot. Coming in at about an S6 over here by the Center Mountain Mall. And now I can make out what you're saying there, Vern. Thanks for checking, my friend. How's the walk going?
Not bad, Chuck. It's still fairly humid. There's a nice breeze, though. We didn't get any of that bad weather. We got a little bit of rain.
Yeah, that's what I heard. It looked like he was going to get rough around Kingston to Ottawa there as the night goes. So we'll have to wait and see. It did get a little breezy for a while over here. Yep, and but nothing came of it. So it blew right over us. Lake Ontario came to the rescue again there, Vern. Well, thanks for checking in there, my friend. Much appreciated. Any more traffic?
No, Chuck. Just been away for a couple of weeks. I'm glad to hear it. My wife. travel by herself.
Does that apply with the happy wife, happy life?
I certainly hope so. I really hope so. It was an interesting drive. 33 hours. Just one break of about 6 hours. I was the navigator co-pilot. I gotta tell you, Chuck, the roads in Indiana were absolutely awesome. We had a big truck, 26-foot bed. It was like shaking right now.
Yeah. Well, I've never driven there, but I do know Pennsylvania is also called, well, back in my days when I was driving through there, they used to call it the pothole state. And, they have all the coal mines there in Pennsylvania and a lot of mountains, a lot of up and down, a lot of those runaway lanes for the big trucks because you need them in the mountains. But yeah, the nice thing is, though, Vern, when you get down south, the roads are like immaculate, like especially in Florida, Georgia, Florida. Uh, they never get to see the ground never gets to freeze up, right? So uh, nice roads down south.
Definitely true. Enjoyed the roads in New Mexico and Arizona as well. Yeah, the mountains. And, anyway, well, I appreciate you picking me up. Relay.
Okay, there, Vern. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad you had a nice trip, 33 hours with the missus. Very good then. All right, we'll catch up a little bit more another night there. Take care. Have a great rest of the evening. Let's go back to Tom real quick there on the Quan Chang, Victor Alpha 3 Tango Mike.
Yeah, thanks, Chuck. Can you copy me okay, break?
Absolutely. I've got you fluctuating between S9 and 10 over S9.
Very good. Well, I like this little radio. I just got it a couple of weeks ago, and I haven't really exercised it very much. I have programmed it from the iPhone, which was good. But I have a question for you and your listeners. Does anybody have any experience with these portable internet devices like a Ryoko? I'm heading for the States in a few weeks, and I want to have internet with me. And these things look like a pretty good deal, and they're at 70% off now. So it's portable internet anywhere, and apparently you can top it up for about $9 for 5 gigabytes. So, Chuck, if anybody out there has any information about it, it'd be interesting. Back to you.
Yes. I remember years ago I used to have one for my laptop, and back then they didn't have it. Not the stores didn't have free Wi-Fi or free internet, and so I bring my own. But I don't have any information on that at the moment. But maybe somebody that's listening might have some info on those portable internet sticks. Or anyone? Well, my friend, I think you're going to have to maybe go to YouTube University, do some research, and check it out there. That's the best advice I can give you.
Very good. I've never heard it called that, but that's true. Okay, Chuck. Well, I am enjoying the net, and always enjoy listening and watching sometimes when I can. And keep doing what you're doing. 1601. I can't believe it. Take care, and we'll be standing by. VA3TM.
All right. Thank you very much there, Tom. And before I take Mac, I'd like to acknowledge Sean, VE3FNI, coming in from Burlington, and Wayne B from Mississauga, VA3 Fox Mike Bravo, as well as Wade out in Dundas, VA3 November Charlie Alpha. And then we have Bill also in Dundas, VE3 IUK. So good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for checking in on the YouTube stream. For those who are just checking in there, you can watch and listen along. And if you're having trouble hearing some of the other stations that are checking in, just go to YouTube and put in my call, VA3CJZ, and you can find us there live. And you can move the slider at the bottom back and forth to wherever you like, and you'll be able to hear what I can hear. And so with that, let's go to Mac VA3IMW while I put in all these logs from YouTube there. Good evening, Mac. Come on in.
Well, good evening, Chuck, and all on net. Sounded like things were running a little bit slow, and you were able to share some family history with Albert and a few other details. Nonetheless, I'm sure, the usual crowd will wander in, and it sounds like they have. Since when is Sean in Burlington? I don't think he's ever lived there. He's up in Mississauga or northwest Toronto, somewhere up there. Anyways, hello to Sean if he's listening. Nice to hear that he's making some time for radio, and hopefully all is going well with him. A typical Wednesday evening, battling the traffic to get back home. Heard a lot of folks kibitzing about on ZOE on their way home from work today. I guess there was a number of accidents that had things tied up hither, skither, and yon. And of course, cross mountain and inner city traffic was impacted. Nonetheless, I think most of our stakeholders got home a little delayed, but unscathed. Same thing for me. I had to stop at the hot chocolate store on the way home, so that took a few extra minutes. Other than that, Chuck, the logs filling up. Some on YouTube and others doing it the conventional way. Anyways, Chris did remind everybody of the Burlington group of your net tonight. Of course, I poked him once before he did that. and I was also mentioning that we're looking forward to scheduling a face-to-face meet and greet in September, either the 15th or the 22nd of September, Sunday morning, around 9:30. Primary location is chosen as Dundurn Castle. We'll probably use the ZOE as a talk-in frequency, and if things go south, east, west, or north, then we can also re-strategize quickly and move over to RBC just right around the corner. So stay tuned. We'll have more details on that as the time draws near. What else can I share with you guys tonight? TGIW. Let's go that way. Nice 4-day week, and we're looking forward to the weekend. Back to you, Chuck, and I'm listening along for the duration.
All right, Mac. And yes, you're right. I stand corrected. Sean is in Mississauga. My mistake, Sean, and thanks for correcting me there. Another thing, you said RBC. I think you meant RBG, but we all got it. So very good, and I do appreciate so much you and Chris, VE3RWJ, for promoting my net. Even if I get one person that's listening to stop by and say hi, that's great. So thanks again for doing that there, Mac. And so with that, we'll put you on hold, and let's go to Scott, Victor Echo 3, Quebec uniform. VE3QU.
V3QU, good evening. Sorry, had a little incident here with the radio here with the signaling. Sorry about that. Good evening, Doll on frequency, and I just wanted the information regarding the YouTube page, if you can, and also information about RPAD. RPAD, I actually have him up in Gravenhurst, just on Gull Lake. That's where I show him last reporting. So there's some information on RPAD that I have according to APRS.fi. So Back to you.
Well, good evening, Scott, and thanks for joining us tonight on the Wednesday night AREG net. Much appreciate your check-in. And as far as our pad there, I think that signal died. I think there aren't any places to relay within his reach once he goes more north from Gravenhurst there, because I think he's been there for a couple of weeks now. It's in Gravenhurst, so yeah. Who knows? Maybe he turned it off, or I don't know. I was going to ask you, Scott, do you know anything about these internet sticks you can take with you to get internet for your tablet or laptop on the go?
A little bit. I used to have a couple of friends that have them. I know you can get them. You can get them through your provider, whoever your provider is. So, say you're with Rogers or Telus or whatever, you can get internet sticks through your provider.
That's right. That's right. I forgot to mention that to the other gentleman there, Tom. He checked in and asked about that. But he mentioned a brand named Ryoki, and I've never heard of that. But yes, everybody has service, right? So you go to your service provider and check them out, but maybe they're too pricey. I don't know.
Yeah, you can just actually plug the stick right into your laptop or whatever. As I say, most phones come with a data plan anyway, so you can actually basically just link your two devices. There's a proper name for it. I'm bound by what I can't remember right now. Tethering. That's the term.
Yes.
So you can just tether your laptop to your phone and just get your internet that way. Internet can be a little expensive that way, though, if you're tethering. But if you have an unlimited plan, then you're good.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Scott. That's how I see it. And I used to have one of those portable internet sticks there from my provider. I forget who it was from. Maybe Rogers. I don't know. No, we never got Rogers. But in any case, yeah, I had one, and you just paid, I think, the monthly fee, or now you can just put as much money as you want on there for however much, uh, however many bits and bytes you can get. But anyways, thanks again, Scott, for all that. And let's see now. Do you have any more traffic there? Did you ask me a question? Oh, the YouTube page. You just put in my call in the YouTube search. And tonight we're under the title AREG Week 1601. So 1601. AREG Week 1601 is the title you're looking for. Or if you look under the live button, you might find us there as well.
Okay, I see week 1600, but I don't see 1601.
I don't know. We're live. I've got a whole bunch of people on here. Bill IUK is on there. Sean and Wayne B. So maybe refresh or look to see if you see a little live button next to one of them.
Okay, I'll hit refresh and see if that. The only thing I have above you, week 1600, is 431 mile, 20 meter contact with V3IMW from park number 7370. Is the only thing above week 1600. So I'm putting your call in, and it's VA3IMW, right?
No, that would be Mac. My call is VA3CJZ, Charlie Juliet Zulu, and that should help you a bit there.
Okay, I got it now. All right, thank you. I appreciate that.
We look like twins.
I think. All right, thanks, guys, and thanks for letting me check in. If you do have a 73 round, I won't be there. I'll just be having some supper. So 73, guys, have a good one. And I think you're right about the RPAD thing as well. I don't think I've seen him move in quite some time. So it might be as far as it might have gone as far as he can with
Yeah.
that. So okie dokie. Have a good night, guys. V3 to you.
All right, Scott. Thanks again. Enjoy your dinner and the rest of the evening. Things are cooling down a little bit. It was 28 not too long ago. Now we're at 26.6. And so, it wouldn't surprise me if RPAD is off grid completely, out in the boonies, and he's probably loving it. Because I actually texted him a couple of times just through his contact on his phone. I just sent him a message, and I never got a reply. So, 2 times now. So he's probably he's probably enjoying being lost or off the grid, right? So, all right. So, do we have someone else on the list here? Um, well, let's do another call out then. The rest are all from YouTube. So let's see who else is waiting in the wings would like to check in with us here on the weekly Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is VA3 CJZ.
Comment VA3MW.
Alpha. Victor Echo 3, Lima Bravo, India.
Victor Alpha 3, November, Charlie Alpha.
I got you the first time there, Wade. And we got Larry in there as well. And we have a comment from Mac. Go ahead, Mac.
Yes, Larry's going to be the first-hand news reporter, but you can be assured that RPAD's right up in Moosonee. He's at the southern tip of James Bay, and he's had some 40-meter and 80-meter conversations with a few of us here locally.
Right.
I'm sure that Larry's probably got the most up-to-date information. And, yep, that's about it for now. Strangely enough, Wade, such bad luck on the Burlington net. Oh, 5th time was the charm. Mr. Double. Anyways, thanks for letting me chime in there, Chuck. Go ahead.
All right, so we're now officially going to call Wade Double. So very good then. Thanks, Mac. And so let's bring in Double VA3 November Charlie Alpha.
VA3 CJZ, VA3 NCA, yep. Tonight I have perfect timing. It's just 180 degrees out of phase, that's all. Yeah, it took a long time for me. I even tried to game it with going in right away, giving it a second, and then going in. But I think everybody else was doing the same trick, and I always lost. So I did eventually get into the Burlington net, and then I continued my streak here on the AREG. Although you did pick me out, so that's good. But on the YouTube stream, I saw that I was competing, so I wasn't sure. So I threw out my call again. Anyways, made it this time. I'm here. Didn't get much radio this week yet, but maybe that'll change. Unfortunately, I'm dealing with car troubles, so I don't know. It looks like it's a starter. Kind of hope that's all it is. So we'll see. I've got to get it out to my mechanic now to take a look. So that was a wrench in my almost literally in my plans for the week. But other than that, it's just a short week, which feels long because they just cram 5 days of work into 4 days. But I won't complain too much. It could be a lot worse. So let's see. Other than that, I did hear back from Xiegu that I thought I'd take the risk and call their tech support or email their tech support about my issues with my little portable radio. And they zeroed in on the problem pretty quickly that I suspected. I'm kind of suspicious that means they know that this is a weak point. But anyways, that aside, they confirmed some part numbers, and I put in my DigiKey order today. So hopefully I'll have that in the mail tomorrow. I'll throw those components on the board and see if I don't have a hand mic again hand mics come in handy for a sideband radio. I've come to find out, and so hopefully I'll have mine again tomorrow after the DigiKey order arrives. Yeah, other than that, don't have much else to report, but I will be hanging around for the duration there, Chuck, and thanks so much for doing it. Back to you.
All right, very good then, Wayne. Or Wade. Jesus, I don't know why I said that. But, yeah, well, that's good that you heard back from Zygu there. And yeah, uh, sometimes, you know what they say. You don't know if you don't try, right? You can't get an answer unless you ask a question. So, yeah, very good. And yeah, you coming in really good tonight here, Wade. I didn't see the signal strength there, but full quieting, very good copy tonight. And I too didn't do much on radio this week at all. Well, pretty much. I know since Sunday I've been hurting big time since I took down my fire pit and rebuilt it in a different configuration there. So I paid for it with my hamstrings and my back. But yeah, and then I heard we got hit with another solar flare or CME, and of course that doesn't help. But I looked at the conditions before the net started, and things look good there. I know 20 meters, I think, and under was looking good.
Yeah, conditions have been up and down, I guess. I didn't do much radio, but I actually did get one because the Discord channel I was listening on, they announced that they had a spot, and so I tuned in to pick them up, and I got them. And they came in really well to me, so the skip just must have been right, but and I must have threaded the needle between those solar flares, so that's about all I got. Other than that, the few times I even turned on the radio, I just heard a lot of static. So I think that's the band conditions. Yeah, sorry to hear about the the rebuild of the fire pit taking a toll on the body, but I guess it'll just be that much sweeter in the summer when you're sitting there having a beer by the fire. So there's that to look forward to, I suppose. Yeah, and otherwise about the Zygu, I was a bit shocked. I did ask them if they had a service manual with schematics, and I didn't expect much. They ignored that request, but I guess I can't be too concerned because they did come back with some good suggestions that have so far panned out, but I guess the real test will be when I put the new parts on the board and it works. So we'll see. The saga continues. I'll throw some pictures maybe up on the Discord for anybody who's interested. Yeah, so that's, yeah, I'll send it back to you there, Chuck. Thanks again.
Okay, Wade, thank you. And yeah, that's the thing, with schematics. Sometimes it's hard to find radios with the schematics online. And I remember years ago when I first started, and whenever I'd buy a brand new CB in the box, the owner's manual had a portion of the had the schematics at the back of the owner's manual. So that was nice. And then they stopped doing that. But anyways, let's go down here and say hello to Larry, VE3LBI. Come on in, Larry.
Yep, evening all. Just a quick check-in for you. I just finished up doing a couple things outside, so I thought I'd come in and do a check-in. Been hot, been warm. I guess we dodged all of the big storms that came through. Barrie got hit pretty bad. They said they had hail up there, and the rain was coming down sideways. So looks like we dodged a couple of them.
Yeah, just looking at the weather network there, where they show you all the bad weather events that people are experiencing around the world. Geez, I'm so glad we live where we live there, Larry. I just saw a video of, I think it was Dubai, and they had a flash flood, I think, coming in from the mountains, and it just swept all the cars down. It was a river down this one street there, and the cars are just like toys.
Oh, yeah, when they get the heavy rains up there. Or speaking about cars, don't forget Friday. The link's going to be closed at the West End. That's going to cause a lot of chaos for the weekend. Mohawk, Probably Fennel, Stone Church, and 53 are going to be really backed up.
Yeah, and I'm hearing stuff Toronto and Niagara bound as well. They're hey, it's construction season, Larry. If there's no snow on the ground, you know what that means.
Well, the problem is here in Hamilton, we don't do it at night. We do it whenever we feel like it. So I guess there's no budget for it. They pay the politicians too much. Oh, I didn't say that. But anyways, yeah, it's going to be closed. I guess I forget. I think it's 8 o'clock in the morning eastbound, and 10 o'clock or something westbound until Monday morning.
All right, very good information for those of you that drive. Keep that in mind. And yeah, I heard they finally cleared that container ship. Was it in Baltimore? I guess. Finally cleared that boat away now.
Yeah, I think they're rebuilding that bridge already.
Yeah, they're not wasting time. They doing a good job. But yeah, that was just a weird set of circumstances that set off that collision with the one of the pylons that holds the bridge up there. And yeah, they're going to have to do some redesigning and make sure that doesn't happen again.
Well, like I said, they figured the boat, well, we could see it. You could actually see the boat lose power, and the lights went off and all the rest of it. So there was some malfunction somewhere, but I have a feeling it's going to be put back onto the captain, because the captain is in charge, and he should be checking everything over before they leave port or coming in. I think they were leaving. Actually, I think they were leaving port.
Yes, they were. And that particular boat, Larry, has a history of, I think, breakdowns and some maintenance issues. So there's a history there.
Yep, not sure who will be looking after the damages as such, whatever, but let's put it this way. I don't think that boat's going to float again.
Yeah, somebody's going to have to burp the wallet. I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, well, I'm glad. Well, there's only six? They lost 6 people over that, eh?
Yeah, some of our construction crew are up there. So, okay, Chuck, I'll pass it back to you. Who else is out there? I'll be listening along. V3LBI.
All right, Larry. Thank you so much for checking in. And let's see who else is out there would like to test out their antennas and radios and check in and say hi to the Amateur Radio Exchange Group Net. My name is Chuck, and my call is VA3CJZ. Anyone, anywhere, please come now. Okay, I know I mentioned it very early on, but in a month's time, it'll be Field Day on the 22nd and 23rd of June. And tonight is May 22nd, so in a month's time. Very slow on the contests this weekend. There's only one, and it's a CW contest. And so that's great news for all you POTA activators. Let's just hope Mother Nature plays along and be nice. And it'll be great for going out and activating for sure. And, so the bands won't be jammed up with contesters. All right, one more time. Let's see who else is out there would like to check in with us. This is VA3CJZ. Bill, VE3IUK, wrote down in the YouTube stream there for Wade, double toil and trouble, I think it's what it is. Yeah. Okay, so I know Bill likes trivia. Why don't we do a couple of minutes of trivia, and we'll do a quick second round before we start the On This Day. Let's do some movie quizzes there. Everybody likes movies. Anyone remember what year was the first Star Wars movie released? Anyone know the year?
How about 1977?
Absolutely correct. Gold star for Mac. All right. Let's stick with Star Wars. Which Star Wars actor required plastic surgery to rebuild his face after a 1977 car accident? So Mark Hamill, or Luke Skywalker, actually had that done the same year Star Wars came out in 1977, had a major car accident. And so that's why we didn't see him for years after the first movie. Okay, here's a real easy one. Who plays the voice of Darth Vader in the Star Wars franchise? Anyone know the name?
George.
Luke, I'm your father. It's James Earl Jones, a black dude. Uh, he's got a really good voice. Oh, and Wade is Bill and Wade are playing along on YouTube. Very good. Wade, yeah, you were off by 1 year. It was 77. And James Earl Jones. Yep. All right, let's try another one. Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Indiana Jones suffers from ophidiophobia, which is a fear of what? Wade wins it with fear of snakes. Very good, Wade. That's exactly what it is. Based on the Broadway musical by the same name, what 1978 movie features two star-crossed high schoolers who fall in love? Yeah, that's Grease. Grease is the movie is based on a Broadway musical. I thought it was the other way around, to tell you the truth, but I was wrong. Sticking with Grease, what's the name of the high school that Danny Zuko and Sandy Olsen attend in Greece? Rydell High. Rydell was the high school. Okay. In The Empire Strikes Back, what does Han Solo memorably say to Princess Leia after she confesses to love him? He says, I know. I remember that part of the movie too. That was funny. Okay. Who played the title character of Maria in The Sound of Music? That should be an easy one. Julie Andrews. Very good, Wade. And that's based on a true story of a musical family. What the heck were their names? Wade, do you remember the name of these Europeans? What the heck? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue now. Let's see if Wade knows. It was based on the Von Trapp family, if I'm not mistaken. Bill trying to get in there. Vin Tripp. Very good. Yeah, the Von Trapp family. Thank you. All right, here's a good one. What kind of container does Dennis Nedry, which is played by Wayne Knight, What kind of container does Dennis Nedry use to hide stolen dinosaur embryos in Jurassic Park? Remember, he stole some of those embryos. What did he have it in?
Shaving cream container with the bottom off of it.
Exactly. A can of Barbasol shaving cream, to be exact. So, yeah, very good, Scott. Thank you for that.
No problem. Good movie. Seen it quite a few times.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Let's go all the way back to 1975 and let's see who knows this one. Which 1975 film is considered to be the very first summer blockbuster movie? It's a little tricky.
Jaws.
1975 was Jaws, and it even had people worried about sharks in freshwater lakes. Let me tell you, that scared the bejesus out of everybody. Almost like when The Exorcist first came out. People were throwing up in the aisles, and very good, Mac. You got that one.
Yep, that's even before Pierre was afraid of ticks.
Yeah, yeah. Very good then. All right. Uh, in the movie Jaws, the fictional Amity Island is actually what real life Massachusetts island? Anyone know? Yeah, that was called Martha's Vineyard. It was the real life location. Ah, here's a good one. Which iconic Jaws movie quote spoken by Chief Martin Brody was ad libbed by actor Roy Scheider? The famous line that was ad libbed by Roy Scheider was, "You're going to need a bigger boat." Hey, Wade, you got it there right after I said it. It popped up. Very good. Okay, let's see. Sure. Some of these I just want to pass. In what 1981 movie did Tom Cruise make his film debut? I wouldn't have known this one.
Risky business.
Well, it says here, Endless Love. And I think that's where I think he directed in that movie too. All right. Okay, let's see. Which legendary director and producer teamed up to make Raiders of the Lost Ark?
I think that's Ron Howard, isn't it?
No. Steven Spielberg and George Lucas teamed up to make Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh, they stole his ideas. Okay, gotcha.
Okay, in Wayne's World, what Queen song do Wayne and Garth rock out to while driving it in their car?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Ding, ding, ding. All right, you got it. You get a cheer. If you're listening to YouTube, you'll be able to hear this one. Okay. Let's see if I can find another good one here. There's a remake of this movie. You guys should let me know what you think of it. But in what movie does Dirty Dancing star Patrick Swayze play a bouncer at a bar?
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse. Yeah, that's it.
Yep, absolutely. And a lot of the ladies like Patrick Patrick Swayze was a dancer before he was an actor. His mother, I think, was a dancer, so he was too. And Jake Gyllenhaal played a remake of the Roadhouse movie. Did anybody see it? All right. Well, it's one to look out. There's another Conor McGregor, the UFC fighter, is in that movie. So it's not bad. He plays a right good psycho, I'll tell you. All right, let's find another good one, and then we'll quit for tonight. Uh, all right, here's an easy one for you. Uh, in what 1972 film does Marlon Brando utter, "I'm gonna make him an offer he get refuse"?
Too easy.
Yeah, I know. I'll have to find another one. Oh yeah, this is another one too. You know the name of uh, the actress that plays Wonder Woman?
Yes.
Going back to YouTube there, Bill, thank you. Those are right answers, of course. No, it's not. I'm talking about the new uh, Wonder Woman movies, not the series. Gal Gadot. She's actually Israeli, and she served in the military. But that's not what I was getting at. In which street racing movie did Gal Gadot make her film debut? So before she played Wonder Woman, she was actually one of the ladies in Fast and Furious. Gal Gadot played Wonder Woman on the big screen, but which actor played the DC Comics superhero on television from 1975 to 79? And that's where Linda Carter comes in. My dad was in love with her. He just loved her. All right. We all know the Avengers Endgame. Uh, how many Infinity Stones are there? Do you know? And can you name the colors? There were 6 Infinity Stones. Anyone know the colors? Blue, yellow, red, purple, green, and orange. Blue, yellow, red, purple, green, and orange. All right, so we'll stop there for tonight, and we'll pick it up another time there. Still got some more in there. That was a bit of fun. So before I carry on, do we have anyone listening that would like to check into our weekly amateur radio exchange group net? This is VA3CJZ. All right, so how about we do a little bit of on this day in history? Well, I actually got to look up that file. I didn't bring it up, so we'll have to click here and then we'll open that up. So this week, it's on this day 169 weeks we've done this. And we usually start with famous birthdays on this day, May 22nd, in histories. Let's see. First, we'll start with Arthur Conan Doyle. We'll continue the trivia a little bit here. Does anyone know who Arthur Conan Doyle was?
Sherlock Holmes. He was the writer of Sherlock Holmes.
Bingo. Scott gets it again. Arthur Conan Doyle was in fact the British author who brought Sherlock Holmes to life twice here, it says. Arthur Conan Doyle went on to become a knight, and so he was referred to as Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. And he was born in 1859 on this day and passed away in 1930. Okay, next. No one really knows this guy, but on this, he was born in 1903, and his name is Yves Rocard. Rocard, Rocard. He was a French physicist who helped develop the atomic bomb for France. And so he was born in 1903 and he passed away in 1992. All right. And next we have a gentleman by the name of Hergé, Hergé, Herge, with an accent. It's Belgian. He was born on this day in 1907 and passed away in 1983. He's a Belgian comic book creator for the adventures of Tintin. Now, I used to read the French version of that because, of course, I'm French, and that's my first language. And so all my schooling was done in French. And I think I remember cartoons on TV with Tintin. That's how we say it in French. So, very good. Next, Laurence Olivier was born on this day in 1907. He is an English actor. He was in Hamlet and a whole bunch of other movies. I think he played Lawrence of Arabia, too, born in Surrey. He was born in 1907, passed away in 1989. Laurence Olivier. All right. Has anyone ever heard this? Insert your name. Like for me, it would be Chuck Sharon. You're the next you're the next contestant on The Price is Right. Come on down. So Johnny Olson used to say that on The Price is Right. And he was born on this day in 1910, passed away in 1985. The year is 1940, and the gentleman born is Bernard Shaw, American television news journalist for CBS and ABC, and the very first anchor of CNN. Born in Chicago, Illinois, passed away 2 years ago in 2022. Next is Ted Kaczynski, also known as the Unabomber. He was born on this day in 1942, passed away last year. He's an American serial killer and terrorist known as the Unabomber, born in Evergreen Park, Illinois. He used to mail bombs to people, and I'm not sure. I think he killed one person. He injured many, though. But yeah, used to live in a cabin out in the mountains. Okay, next we got Aaron Rappaport, born on this day, 1954. He was an American photographer and music album cover designer for Lionel Richie, for the album Dancing on the Ceiling, and for Supertramp, Breakfast in America. He was the photographer and album designer. Born in San Mateo County, California. He's still alive. Did you know Clint Eastwood has a daughter? I thought he only had sons. But Allison Eastwood, born on this day, 1972. And she's the daughter of actor Clint Eastwood. She was in the movie Tightrope, actually, another Clint Eastwood movie. So how old would that make her? 50, around 50, something like that, 52? Yeah. Who saw the video of Novak Djokovic get hit in the head with a water bottle and almost pass out? Was it Novak Djokovic or was it another European tennis player? There's a video and he almost collapses to the ground when a water bottle falls from some fan right above him. Like, I mean, it didn't fall from high up. But anyway, nonetheless, he's 36 years old today. Serbian tennis player. And that's it for famous people born on this day. Do we have any questions, comments, clarifications, or check-ins? All right, let's move to famous deaths on May 22nd. Go to the year 333 AD. Constantine the Great, Emperor of Rome, who adopted Christianity, dies at the age of 47. How would you like to be the King of France? And you know, the Europeans, they all had nicknames, you know, Peter the Great and all this. Well, in the year 1987, the King of France passed away. He was poisoned at the age of 20, and his name was Louis the Fifth, the Lazy. uh, uh, Quite the handle to be given. Louis the Lazy, King of France, I present to you. My goodness. Martha Washington passed away in 1802 on this day. She was the first United States First Lady. Of course, she's the wife of Washington, President Washington. So, yeah, Martha Washington was born in 1731, passed away in 1802 at the age of 70. Next, we've got the French author of Hunchback of Notre Dame and Les Miserables, and that's Victor Hugo. He passed away on this day in 1885. He was 83 years old. Hunchback of Notre Dame. Every time I think of that, I think of Marty Feldman in that Frankenstein, Young Frankenstein movie. You guys remember that one? All right, 1943 on this day, Helen Herron Taft passed away. She's also an American First Lady, wife of President William Howard Taft, who planted Washington's cherry trees. Dies at the age of 81. Rocky Graziano passed away in 1990 on this day. American boxer, world middleweight title holder for 2 years in 1947 and 48. Dies of a heart failure at the age of 71. And this next one, I've never heard of his name, but you'll get it after I go on. Passing away in 2005 on this day, we have Thurl, that's Thurl, Thurl Ravenscroft, that's his name. He is an American voice actor for, get this, Tony the Tiger. And he's also a bass singer. You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. He sang that song. Thurl Ravenscroft. He dies from prostate cancer at the age of 91. So that's it for famous people passing away on this day in history. Do you have any questions, comments, or any check-ins for this week's AREG Net? Please come now. All right. Historical events on May 22nd. In the year 760 AD is the 14th recorded perihelion passage of Halley's Comet. Next, we have the assassination attempt on Saladin in the year 1176. That's during the Crusades. So in 1176, on this day, there was a murder attempt by assassins on Saladin near Aleppo. Aleppo is in Syria. And Saladin was the founder of the Ayyubid dynasty. Hailing from a Kurdish family, he was the first sultan of both Egypt and Syria. He was an important figure in the Third Crusade as he spearheaded the Muslim military effort against the Crusader states in the Levant. Now, in other words, he took the city of Jerusalem away from the Knights Templar. They were in charge at the time, and Saladin came in and kicked him out. A little bit of history there. And in the year 1370, on this day, Jews are expelled and massacred in Brussels, Belgium. Doesn't say why. Next, we got the War of the Roses in 1455. The opening battle in England's 30-year Wars of the Roses. Richard of York takes St. Albans, capturing King Henry VI. All right, the very first life insurance policy in North America was issued on this day in 1761 in Philadelphia. Napoleon supports Jerusalem. In 1799, Napoleon makes a statement in support of reestablishing Jerusalem for Jews. Didn't know that. Next, we go to the year 1803. The first United States public library opens in Connecticut. A lot of money in Connecticut, by the way. All right, where are we? Lost it on this day. Here we go. Okay, the year is 1807. And a gentleman by the name of Townsend Speakman first sells fruit-flavored carbonated drinks in Philadelphia in 1807. That's soda. That's what they call it in the States. We call it pop. They call it soda. And when they hear you say pop, they look at you funny. No, it's not. It's soda. Okay, the year is 1819, May 22nd. The SS Savannah sets sail from Savannah Harbor in Georgia on a historic journey to become the first steam-propelled vessel to cross the Atlantic. That's in 1819. In 1826, on this day, the HMS Beagle. Does anybody know what HMS stands for? Her Majesty's Ship. So the HMS, or I guess for now it'll be His Majesty's Ship because we have a king. So it's either His or Her Majesty's Ship. The Beagle departs on its first voyage to survey Patagonia and Tierra del Fuego. Now, Tierra del Fuego is just above Antarctica. It's at the tip of South America. Some of you may have made contacts with Tierra del Fuego. That translates to Earth of Fire, literally. Okay, the second voyage of the HMS Beagle is notable for carrying the recently graduated naturalist Charles Darwin around the world. That would last, I think, 5 years. And then in 1840, the transporting of British convicts to the New South Wales colony in Australia is abolished. So the Brits would empty their prisons and send them to Australia. It's kind of like Castro when he emptied his prisons and sent them to Miami. All right, so 1843 now is the year, and we have the first wagon train that departs Independence, Missouri for Oregon with 700 to 1,000 migrants. Now, last week, I remember I had a story about wagon trains heading to California. I forget the year now. I'd have to look it up. But that's pretty funny on the same date a week later. Okay, next we have Lincoln's patent. In 1849, Abraham Lincoln receives a patent, the only United States president to do so, for a device to lift a boat over shoals and obstructions. There you go. Interesting. Well, if you didn't think there were no pitchers with only one arm, you'd be mistaken. In 1884, a one-armed pitcher, Hugh Daly is his name, he fans 13 hitters. They all strike out. Here we go. In 1892, Dr. Washington Sheffield invents the toothpaste tube. All the way back in 1892. Now, 2 years later, in 1894, we have the American inventor Augustine Sackett is granted a patent for Sackett board. It's a prototype for drywall. We even have the U.S. patent number here. Speaking of patents, we jump from 1894 to 1906. On this day, the Wright brothers are granted a patent for their flying machine, having applied for one 3 years earlier. They also have the patent number here as well, if you're interested. Yeah, way to go, Wade, for confirming that was His or Her Majesty's ship. And Sean is saying his good friend has been selling life insurance for 58 years and has retired of today. How fitting. Exactly there, Sean. If you're still listening, right on. All right, so next we have Lou Gehrig's third triple home run. In 1930, on this day, Yankees' future Baseball Hall of Fame first baseman Lou Gehrig becomes first to hit 3 home runs 3 times as New York outscores Philadelphia A's 20-13. The teams combine for a then record 10 homers. Wow, quite the game. All right, now let's go a year later to 1931. A gentleman by the name of George End, E-N-D, the End. George End introduces a product called Genuine Diamondback Rattlesnake with Supreme Sauce in a can by his Florida Products Corporation. The popular item ceases production in 1944 after when the owner dies, a victim of one snake's revenge. Oh, that's funny. First modern sighting of the Loch Ness Monster was in 1933 on this day by Aldi and John Mackay. 1933, geez, that's like 89 years or something like that. 91 years ago. Crazy. And in 1940, Dutch Premier De Geer, Geer, begins working with Nazis. Well, how did that work out for you? Not good. 1941, British troops attack Baghdad. So the British have tried to take Baghdad. Who else? The Russians, the French, and of course the Americans and the Russians. The Russians were the last ones before the Americans tried to take over the Middle East there. All right. So a year later, in 1942, Mexico declares war on Nazi Germany and Japan. 1942. So in 1947, we have the very first U.S. ballistic missile that's fired. That's well after the war in 1947. A little bit of trivia question for you. Does anyone know what Bob Dylan's real name is? I'll give it a second for anybody on YouTube that might have the answer to that. Bob Dylan. Does anyone know his real name?
Zimmerman?
That's it. Robert Zimmerman. Who is that? Wade?
QSL, yeah. VA3NCA.
Well, you're pretty smart cookie there, Wade. You've got a lot of those answers already. So in 1954, Robert Zimmerman, a.k.a. Bob Dylan, is bar mitzvahed. So 1954, yeah, what's that? He would have been a teenager then. All right, next we've got a television finale. In 1956, The Bob Hope Show last airs on NBC TV. Wow, well, that's before my time. All right, in 1960, on this day, first one. In 1960, a magnitude 9.4 to 9.6 earthquake strike near the city of Valdivia in Chile, the strongest ever recorded, causing multiple tsunamis and killing anywhere from 1 to 7,000 people. Back in 1960, also another story. The tsunami generated by a magnitude 9.4-9.6 earthquake in Chile strikes Hilo, Hawaii at 1:04 a.m., severely damaging virtually all coastal towns excuse me, between the 37th and 44th parallels. Wow. (1961) now, the first revolving restaurant opens, and that is the Top of the Needle in Seattle. Opened in 1961. And then a year later, 1962, on May 22nd, Major Robert A. Rushworth from the United States Air Force takes the X-15 plane up to 30,600 meters, and that equals 100,000 feet in a plane. I'm pretty sure you start seeing space there. How cool would that be? All right. And also on this day, 1962, the Netherlands telephone network becomes completely automated. 1963 now, on this day, Mickey Mantle hits a ball off Yankee Stadium's facade, which is no easy feat. The blast hit the facade of the Yankee Stadium roof in the right field, approximately 370 feet from home plate and 120 feet high, barely missing leaving Yankee Stadium entirely. Way to go. Okay, forgive me if I have trouble saying this next one, but on this day in 1965, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious from the film Mary Poppins hits number 66 on the charts. And also in 1965, the Beatles' Ticket to Ride single goes number 1. All right, who knows who Mad Dog Vachon is or is? In 1965, Mad Dog Vachon beats Igor Vodik in Omaha to become NWA champ. Mad Dog Vachon. He used to bite people all the time, make him bleed. He used to bite him in the forehead with his one tooth. No lie. All right, the year is 1968. Pittsburgh Pirates future Baseball Hall of Fame outfielder Willie Stargell hits 3 home runs, a double, and a single in a 13-6 rout of the Chicago Cubs at Wrigley Field. That's quite the night. And let's go to the year 1973. On this day, May 22nd, President Nixon confesses his role in Watergate cover-up. I remember that. I watched it on TV. I am not a crook. All right. Did you know that the Orient Express, you know the movie The Orient Express, it's a real train. And in 1977, we have the final European scheduled run of the Orient Express after 94 years in service. Wow. By the way, that's a good movie to watch if you want to watch a good whodunit movie. Watch Murder on the Orient Express. It's a little bit older movie, but it's a good one. And then we go to 1979. Canadians elect the Conservatives' Joseph Clark, who replaces Pierre Elliott Trudeau as the 16th Prime Minister of Canada. Oh, that's when, Pierre Trudeau took the walk of shame in the snow. Does anybody know when Pac-Man was released?
$1976.
Close. 1980, it says here. Video game Pac-Man is created by Toru Iwatani. Is first released in Japan. So, 1980. All right, 1986. I've mentioned this before, but David Letterman was known back in the day of being a real bugger. And then one night, American singer and actress Cher calls David Letterman an a-hole while being a guest on his late night TV program. And on this day in 1990, Microsoft releases Windows 3.0 on this day in 1990. On keeping with TV shows, in 1992, Johnny Carson's final appearance as host of The Tonight Show. And he was a little bit teary-eyed. I remember that day, that night. 1998, the Lewinsky scandal. I did not sleep with that woman. A federal judge rules that the United States Secret Service agents can be compelled to testify before a grand jury concerning the scandal involving President Bill Clinton. It's also been alleged that a lot of cocaine used to go through Arkansas when Bill Clinton was the governor of that state, but that's just a rumor. All right, 2004 is the year the United States town of Hallam, Nebraska, that's Hallam, is wiped out by a powerful F4 tornado that broke a width record of an astounding 2.5 miles wide. It also kills one local resident, but it wipes out the entire town. And then 7 years later, in 2011, an EF5 tornado strikes the United States city of Joplin, Missouri, killing at least 158 people, the single deadliest United States tornado since modern record keeping began in 1950. And 158 people passed away on that one. All right, two more. 2017, on this day, Japanese researchers from the University of Yamanashi report birth of mice from freeze-dried sperm stored on the International Space Station. So there you go. You can freeze mice sperm, just in case we need some. But you know where I'm going. So if it worked, they do a lot of testing on rodents because a lot of times they can things that work on mice that work on humans. All right, so that's what I was getting at. So finally, we have the 2017, also same year, suicide bombing at Manchester Arena, England, after Ariana Grande concert. And it kills 22 people and injures 59. She was quite shaken up about that. Poor girl. And that's it for On This Day in History. I hope you guys enjoyed some of it or most of it. I did, in fact, enjoy researching it and telling it all back to you fine folks. Do we have any questions or comments or check-ins for tonight's AREG Net? Please come now.
VE3LBI.
Yes, Larry, go ahead.
Just a quick one. What year did you say Johnny Carson was? Was it? Did you say 1972?
I believe that was 92. Let me check here. Yeah, 1992, Johnny Carson's final appearance.
Okay, 1992. Okay, I was just curious, or I used to watch them all the time when I would come home from work. So 1992. Okay, no, that's it. Thanks, appreciate it. VE3LBI.
Yeah, 32 years ago, Larry.
Stop it! You're making me feel old.
I know, eh? All right. Okay, do we have any people waiting in the wings that would like to check into our net? Please come now. This is VA3CJZ. All right, so let's go to the top of the list and check in on Rick, VA3AXJ.
Yeah, still here, Chuck. Just waiting for the end there and about ready to fall asleep here. We made it through it, so yeah, good net. And, I'll be listening till the end.
All right, Rick. Take her easy, my friend, and thanks for being part of our net. Let's see if Leo is still listening. I think on his portable VE3 Zulu Lima Golf. All right. How about Albert? VA3 Bravo Tango.
Hey, still here listening along. I'm surprised I'm still awake. Good net there. I enjoyed that on this day and all that other stuff. That was pretty good. But anyways, yeah, nothing else on my end. Just listening along here. Chuck, VA3VT.
All right there, Albert. Thanks a bunch. And yeah, I thought tonight we'd do some audience participation there with a little bit of movie trivia. That seemed to go well. I know the guys on YouTube liked it, and some of the guys on the radio, Mac responded to one, and Wade. So thanks again, Al. Have a good one, my friend. And I heard someone else key up there. Please try again. All right. So now let's go to Mac, VA3 India Mike Whiskey.
Oh, great net as usual, Chuck. We can always look forward to Wednesday, and that means 2 more sleeps, and we'll be into the weekend. Anyways, I appreciate all the hard work you put into the research and preparation for these nets, and enjoyed by all, I'm sure. 7 threes, and at the tail end of this, I'll be a pumpkin and a cucumber. 7 threes.
Yeah, well, we're not getting to you as late as it normally is during the net. So, yeah, like you said, 2 more sleeps. So let's go to Scott next, if he's still there. VE3QU, Mr. Trivia. Are you still there? All right. Well, it was fun having Scott participate with us with tonight's trivia. Thank you much for checking in, Scott. VA3 Tango Mike, are you still there on the portable? I don't think Vern is there, but let's try. VE3 Charlie Romeo Foxtrot. Victor Alpha 3, November Charlie Alpha.
Oh, hey, Chuck. Yeah, I'm still here, having a good time with the trivia. That's that and the This Day in History, always fan favorites. And thanks again for doing it all. It's a great way to spend a Wednesday evening, as usual. Yeah, the funny one about Bob Dylan there is that for some reason the names stick with me. There's another one, Sting. For some reason, Sting's real name sits with me for some reason. Do you recall who he is?
No, I don't. I'm having a block right now. And Alice Cooper is another one that comes to mind.
Yeah, I can't remember him, but Sting is otherwise known as Gordon Sumner. And I don't know why, but those, lots of useless stuff. I can't remember the important stuff some days, but I have spotty memory for useless things. It's fun sometimes, but very seldom does it actually come in useful. Anyways, good time, and appreciate playing along. And so thanks for running the net there, Chuck, and have a great night. 7-3 to all.
Comment.
Go ahead there, comment.
Yeah, VA3MW, Gordon Sumner. Every time I hear that recanted, I always think of my favorite stupid TV show that I enjoyed watching in the previous years, Alf. And Alf was, his actual name was Gordon Shumway. So Gordon Shumway, Gordon Sumner, they always created a link there. Anyways, yeah, that's kind of humorous, but you may not get it unless you have the reference in the right genre.
Comment?
Go ahead.
Yeah, Elf, a classic as well. The other thing it reminds me of is there's an SNL skit where they're pretending like,
what Sting must have been like as a young person with his buddies saying, and then they put on the English accent and they say, no, guys, I want you to call me Sting. And they're all going, all right, Gordon. Sure, we'll call you Sting.
Oh, that's funny.
V3T2.
And there was another announcement today that one of Gordon's children was awarded a badge as an official member of the police department. So it comes full circle. Go ahead there. I'll let you bring in Gary.
All right, very good there, Mac. And so VE3 TTO, come on in, Gary.
Yeah, good day there. I just finished a meeting there with for field day. Looks like everything's going to go good. And just checking in to your net there, and you have a free deep.
Okay, Gary. Well, thank you so much for taking the time out and checking in with us. And so, do you know where you'll be going for field day?
Canadian Forces Winona Range.
Winona. Oh, okay. Right on. So that's on a Saturday and Sunday, right?
Yeah, roger on that there, and that's where we're going to be having field day.
All right. And look forward to trying to hear you and make contact with you there, Gary. So thanks for checking in. I'm going to have to remind myself to check into your net every Thursday night there. Are you taking a break for the summer this year or no?
Yeah, roger. The summer, the net will not be operational except for Canmore.
All right. And when is that going to start?
It'll be the end of June there, so July and August there will be no net on Sunday or Thursday.
All right. Very good then. Until then, Thursday nights at 8 o'clock on the NCF repeaters?
Yeah, you can get it on NCF, you can get it on UHM, you can get it on SNN. There's 22 machines right through the system.
All right. Good coverage there, Gary. All right, sir. Thank you very much for checking in, and we'll have to stop in tomorrow night and say hi. You have a great rest of the evening.
Yeah, roger on that there, and thank you there. And if anybody wants to come down to Winona there when we're down there, they're welcome to do so. And that's at the foot of 50 Road there.
Oh, very good. Yeah, right at the end of 50 Road, right?
Roger, roger.
All right, very good. Yeah, so anybody in that area there, it's a good place to stop in and check out the guys doing field day. All right, Gary. Well, thank you for checking in and for sharing that information with us. Have a great rest of the evening.
Well, you know what the selling point was? Real washrooms,
eh? Yeah, well, that'll do it.
Exactly. Yeah, we got 6 female and 6 male washrooms here, so that's a good thing. All right, I shall let you go. V3TTO.
Yeah. You know who else I'm really impressed with their washrooms is Algonquin Park. They've got these big concrete little buildings with individual showers in them, so it's not like when you go to Valens, you go in and you have stalls, right? Well, these at Algonquin Park, they're like you wouldn't, you just open up a door and you walk in and nobody can hear you, see you. You know what I mean? So it's very nice. I like that.
Yeah, roger. Things are changing. Have a great evening there. Thank you for being there. V3TTO out.
Okay, Gary. Thanks again. Anyone else out there waiting in the wings that would like to check in with us here on the weekly amateur radio exchange group, please come now. This is VA3CJZ. All right, no George again tonight. I wonder if you went back up to the trailer. Well, with that, it is garbage night. Don't forget your garbage. Let's go to LBI, VE3 LBI.
3. I'll be up. Yes, I think I heard George say he was packing up yesterday, I believe, or the day before. One of them. Somewhere beginning, anyways, he was heading back up to the trailer to do some stuff up there, so that's probably why you haven't heard him.
Yeah, well, you can't blame a fella. I mean, if I could get away with staying up, at a place like that, and not even coming back to the city for quite a length of time, that would make me happy.
Well, we had a trailer that was parked for 10, maybe a little bit longer years, and every weekend, gone. Holidays, gone. And it was right on site. And, it had everything you needed. So air conditioning, heating, the whole issue. The only thing we didn't have was plumbing, which, fortunately, the comfort station was only probably about, half a block to walk to it. So it was quite convenient and very, very enjoyable because always had fires going and a lot of good people.
Yeah, well, when you start getting a little bit older, you have to have a washroom that's not too far.
Yeah, well, also when you're younger and you drink too much, you need the same thing.
Well, you got a point there. But yeah, those of us who get up in the middle of the night there, don't want to walk a quarter mile just to go relieve yourself in the middle of the night. Okay, Larry, do you have anything else for us? Do you have any announcements, anything in mind?
No, sir, nothing at all. Just Friday night, the old AREG reg chew. I guess tomorrow night it'll be the normal net on Thursday. I think that's on Simplex, I believe.
That's right. That's right. So I'm surprised we didn't get Mac giving us the rundown, but I will. So tomorrow night as well, we have Gary's Procom Net starting at 8 p.m. on pretty much all the repeaters in the area, and OBP, and like you mentioned previously, and also we have the Lake Ontario net at 7 p.m. on 446.125 Simplex. Again at 7 p.m. on 446.125 Simplex. And then, of course, Friday, Larry has the Friday Night Rag Chew on the ZOE repeater. That's VE3ZOE 443075. And all you need is the positive offset to get into the repeater. And so drop in, say hi to the gang, and don't have to be a member of any club. That about covers it, right, Larry?
Sounds good, Chuck. You got it. Just got to be. Well, actually, I'm glad you didn't get too much disruption tonight. We had quite a bit on last Friday, but they disappeared into the woodworks, which was quite convenient. We were able to, let's say, work around the issues.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but we deal with it like adults, and yeah. So it was a good night tonight. I want to thank everybody who joined us on YouTube as well. We had a whole bunch of people. We had Wayne B, VA3 FMB. And we had Wade, VA3 NCA. He also checked into the radio, and then we got Bill that played along with us on the trivia portion of the net. Bill VE3 IUK, and we had Sean from Mississauga. VE3 FNI, and I hope I'm not missing anybody there. Albert was also in there. He said hi on YouTube. So I want to thank everybody for checking in with us tonight on net number 1601. And so if you missed it and you want to play it back, just go to YouTube, put in my call sign, VA3CJZ, and you can play the net back and listen to it in its entirety. With that, are there any other comments, questions, or check-ins before we wrap up the net a little bit early tonight? This is VA3CJZ. All right, nothing heard. So with that, I'm going to shut her down. return the frequency back to normal use and say thank you all so much. It's been a blast, and hope to see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel at 8 p.m. here on 146430. Take care. 7-3 all.
Yeah, VE3CJZ, VE3LBI.
Yes, sir, Larry. Go ahead.
It all becomes unfortunate when you're trying to run it and people get